starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Drop Zone Podcast. It's your boy Anthony Young and my partner in crime, Jeff Walsh. How you doing, bud?
Pretty good, pretty good. Another week, we're back and better than ever.
That is true. We're always back better than ever.
Yep.
And not to mention, before we actually get started, we actually have some news to bring everybody. Um, of course, Jeff finds this out this morning.
I'm laying down pretty much about ready to go to bed, and I get this news, but it was good news. It was good news. It was worth losing some sleep over.
So the news we have today, before we start this episode, is that we now have a sponsorship deal with Doobie Energy Drink. And at the end of the show, we're going to give you a code for 10% off. So, yep, this is a new energy company that's coming out with new energy drinks. It's mostly for like workouts. It's more like powder
Like
stuff.
workout
It's not
stuff.
actual like
Yeah,
Monster and stuff like that. It's more of a like if you go into like
a
to
G
the gym
Fuel,
type of stuff.
like a G Fuel kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah, it's
we will,
exciting news. Exciting.
yes, it is. So we will be having the links to their website in the comments. Again, we're also gonna you'll see sporadically, us flashing the banner for the promo code that you could use to get 10% off. So yep, That's how we're gonna start our day off. Jeff, what we got lined up for today?
I just want to say, Big Time Tony, as you were formerly known as, or maybe currently known as, but you are now going by your actual name. But Big Time Tony strikes another big time deal in the big time business industry. That's what I'm talking about. That's why I call you the business guy. So there's my dad.
Hey, Brian, how you
Um,
doing today?
Big Time Tony strikes again. We just got some NBA news, some sign and trades, and then we got some NFL news, what's happened throughout the whole week, and then the big topic of the show. We didn't go through the whole drafts. It's only in the first round. A first round draft bust from every year, starting in 2014 to 2024.
Do we have any dummy news today?
Um, no, I don't think so.
Well,
Not
let's.
no, no. There's no dummy, so I can't use a dummy button today. No, no dummy today.
Well, that's kind of disappointing.
I know. I looked. There was nothing, so I had to deal with it and just move along.
All right, so what we got for the start of the first news?
All right, NBA news start on Thursday, of course, the day after we go live. Nine-time NBA All-Star Damian Lillard, he finalized a 3-year, $42 million contract to return to the Portland Trailblazers. That's kind of uh very nice to see and hear that he's going back. I mean, he'd be rehabbing in Portland anyway. So it's actually really nice to see him go back. It was kind of an ugly ending. Yeah, no, I saw what Jeff Teague said. I'm not even. I don't think he was on steroids, but who knows? I guess we'll see. when time tells. I mean, it would kind of explain why he's still playing so well. But
That would explain it.
yeah, but Dame going back to the Trailblazers. I don't know if you have any thoughts on that, Tony. I mean, he'll be out all next year, but he's with the team.
It kind of did catch. I mean, I won't say it completely caught me off guard, but it wasn't something I expected. I didn't see him, especially considering that he was traded from Portland for them basically to send him back. Well, for him to after being released, return back to Portland. Definitely did not expect that. That was completely unexpectable. But then again, this is the NBA, so this is why anything can happen.
And again, he was going to be rehabbing in Portland anyway, so it just made sense for him. And again, you always hope that he does rehab well and everything goes all right with the Achilles injury.
Yep, we wish you the best of luck.
hmm All right, and then on Saturday, Marcus Smart, he agreed to a contract buyout with the Wizards, and he intends to sign a 2-year, $11 million deal with the Los Angeles Lakers. So I find it funny how last week you were saying that nobody's signing with the Lakers, and Marcus Smart said, "Hold on, I'll sign with them. Don't worry about it." I mean, this isn't really a bad signing. I think he'll do well in the Lakers. He's a 3-and-D kind of guy, which that they need more defense on that team. So I mean, it's a smart signing. There's really not much to talk about here. It doesn't make him any more of a contender or not. That's what everyone wants to think and say, but it doesn't. So, again, I mean, it's just a smart signing for both sides right now. That's it. That's pretty much it.
There is also one other. Chris Paul's also going back to the
Yeah, I
Clippers.
know. Chris Paul going back to the Clippers for his final year. I saw a post, I think, on Facebook of like, all right, everyone's um going back. Like Dame, he went back to the Blazers. Chris Paul went back to the Clippers now, and people want Russ to go back to the Thunder. I mean, they don't really need Russ, but I guess maybe to get him a ring, that'd be nice.
Yeah, that would be nice, but I mean, I don't think he's going to get a ring going back to the OKC because he's basically going to screw up the dynamic of that team that it is how it is already.
Yeah. All right. Now in the NFL, last Thursday or on Thursday. The Pittsburgh Steelers finally have agreed to a deal with All-Pro defensive end TJ Watt on a 3-year, $150 million contract. We've done it.
That just made Jeff's day.
I was so happy. I was getting a bit nervous. Again, I didn't think he was going to go anywhere, but the more it was going on, I was like, "Oof, I don't like this." But it's finally signed. Everyone's good. Everyone's reported to to training camp for them. Same can't be said for Terry McLaurin and Trey Hendrickson. They are still seeking contracts and they are still holding out.
I just got a quick take on the TJ Watts signing. I know you're ecstatic. I mean, we've been talking about this for weeks now, and how you felt that it was kind of disrespectful that they signed a 41-year-old to what was it, 19 million,
Yeah, don't even get me started on what we paid them. Just
and
it was way
they
too much
didn't take
money.
care, and they didn't take care of TJ Watts right away. So that's kind of, I mean, I'm glad it got done. Hey, Mary,
Hey, Mary.
I'm glad it got done because now it's going to put your mind at ease that your best player is still with the team.
hmm
but that should have been done way sooner.
Oh yes, I know. Again, I'm back at home. I'm not in the Steelers locker room no more. So I had enough, and I think maybe they had enough of me being there. So then they did it when I wasn't there anymore. So maybe that's so maybe that's what it was. But yeah, it's good to have him assigned and everything's all well. Speaking of former Steelers, Mike Williams, he retired after 8 seasons in the NFL. Really wasn't expecting that. He signed back with the Chargers, and then he actually said, "Wait, hold on, I don't want to play anymore." He played with the Steelers a bit last year. He had like one touchdown catch. That's pretty much all he did. But yeah, I mean, it was a good career for him that was filled with a bunch of injuries. But when he was healthy, he was a great, great wide receiver. So, wish him the best in retirement.
Yes, we do.
And on Thursday, Von Miller he signs a 1 year, $6.1 million deal with the Washington Commanders. That's actually a good signing for that defense. It's a veteran presence in that locker room that they do need, and it's a still a great player on that defense now. I don't know if you have any
Um,
thoughts on that, but
yeah, I'm kind of not happy about that because that's the same division I'm in.
mm.
I mean, they could have sent him to, he could have went somewhere else. Why did you have to go to Washington of all
Why not?
teams?
Just to torture you. It's fine.
Yeah, I know. Just because he's an asshole.
Um, mhm. On Sunday, Seahawks released tight end Noah Fant, and Kansas City Chiefs signed defensive end George Karlaftis to a 4 year, $93 million deal with $62 million guaranteed. He did earn the money. He's played really well for the Chiefs these past few seasons, so he got the money he earned. And I wonder where that veteran tight end Noah Fant is going to land because he is always very dependable wherever he goes. He was on the Broncos, then they traded him to the Seahawks, I think, for Russell Wilson, and he was good there. So I guess we will see where he ends up.
Yeah, he was included in the Russell Wilson trade that sent Russell Wilson to Denver. I thought that was a dumb move on Denver's part because he was a young tight end that was actually, I mean, he was finding his footing in the NFL and finding out, exactly um, his abilities and stuff like that. And then I think he was like his third or fourth year with Denver to be shipped off to Seattle for an aging Russell Wilson was is just mind boggling. I did not understand that, but I mean, apparently he didn't do that well in Seattle the last couple of seasons. So
I mean, I guess not. There has to be some kind of reason because I mean, to me, I thought he was pretty dependable for them, but maybe I'm wrong.
I mean,
You
in
know,
Denver, he did look. I mean, he appeared very dependable. He made some amazing catches, and I don't know what happened when he got to Seattle. Maybe it was the offensive scheme that just didn't fit him. I have no idea, but yeah, I mean, certain players like that, they only could fit certain offensive schemes, and if there's not the right scheme, they're not going to flourish. And I think that's what happened with him, where he wasn't in the right scheme.
I'm trying to get his stats up here on my phone real quick because me and you doing fantasy as much as we do. I mean, I feel like I had him on a team and he didn't do too bad, but let me just look up.
I think I did too.
So yeah, last year, yeah, he actually didn't have a good season. Only 48 receptions, 500 yards, and a touchdown. That's all he did all last year. All right, I was wrong. That's fine. Mon- I'm fine with being wrong. Monday, Titans QB Will Levis will undergo season-ending surgery on his throwing shoulder. So that means Cam Ward will start. with the Titans now. So we will see how rookie Cam Ward does. I wish Will Levis the best, but season and surgery already.
I kind of figured Cameron was going to be starting anyway, just for the simple fact that it's the Titans, and what do you really have to lose?
Yeah, they're
I mean,
they're they're gonna be last in that, but
it worked out for Houston.
hmm I'm
So,
again, you know me in the rookie QBs, I'm not
yes,
very high
I,
on them, so.
yes, I know how you feel about rookie QBs, which is going to be quite interesting when we get to our list. Because I can't wait to see how many of them was going to be on your list.
hmm Don't
um,
worry
uh,
about it.
the only other NFL news that I know of that I'm not sure if you even heard about it, I think it was just announced today that Russell Wilson will be the starting quarterback for the Giants in camp.
Yeah, no, I did see that. I wanted to ask you about that.
Um, it's really not much of a this option. You got Russell Wilson, you got interception Winston, or rookie Daxton. Which I know how you feel about rookies, but I didn't agree with them trading up back into the first round to draft them when they could have just got them in the second round. Because I don't believe anybody actually had them on their board in the first round to be drafted. So it's just a matter of,
I know that Brian Dable really wanted him, and that's why they went up and got him.
yeah, yeah, which I can understand. But again, I don't think you needed to draft back into the first round. You could have just drafted up into a higher pick in the second round,
hmm
because now you got two, not one, but two first round money tied up in the two players, and that really doesn't make any sense. Especially, I know one. Yes, one is a proven defensive end monster, and the other one. From what I've seen on his film tapes, he looks like he's a decent quarterback. He's going to be better than Daniel Jones. Don't get me started with him. But yeah, I don't see how that warranted moving back up into the first round when you just could have get higher picks in a higher pick in the second round.
hmm It's just Giant doing giant things.
It's basically the GM and the head coach trying to save their jobs. That's what that came down
Yeah.
to
hmm
because they're both on a hot seat this year.
Yeah, because it's been pretty underwhelming these past few years. The only other two things that I got from Tuesday was Tyrann Mathieu. He retired the Honey Badger. He played, I think, like 10, 12 seasons in the NFL. He was a great safety. Uh, he has retired. A lot of retiring this year, which is a bit weird. It's not normal to
Yeah,
have this many
because
people retire.
Jimmy Graham also retired.
hmm Yeah.
Which
Sue,
I
we
thought he
talked
had
about him
retired like
last
5 years
week.
ago.
hmm
Yeah, Sue
Sue,
retired. I thought he was done like 3 years ago.
Mike Williams, he just retired. Tyrann Mathieu retires. And then the last thing is Carolina released veteran linebacker Josie Jewell. He's been a monster these past few years, so I don't know why they got rid of him. He's been incredible. He was on the Broncos, then he went to the Panthers, and he's been really well. So I don't know. I guess we'll see where he lands. Because again, everyone can use a veteran linebacker like him. He's a great linebacker. He actually really is. So I don't know. All right, we sped through that. All those.
So once again, here's just use the promo code Drop Zone to get your 10% off for W Energy, And like I said, the link is in the comments. It's in the comments for our YouTube channel. I also just showed it there, as well as the
Mhm.
Facebook group. All right, who we got next, bud? Oh, it's time for our
It's our
list.
Yeah, it's our big topic of the week. A draft bust from every year. I mean, I started in 2015 because we are in 2025. I probably should have started in 2014.
Makes well, I mean, yeah, because if we just go back randomly, we're gonna be here all damn night.
hmm Um, so 2015, I picked. I looked very thoroughly. Uh, Again, this a guy I didn't even know about. He was round one, pick seven. By the Chicago Bears, wide receiver Kevin White. In his career, he had 28 receptions for not even 400 yards. He didn't record a single touchdown in the NFL, and to be picked seventh overall, that is not uh, worthy of being picked seventh. He did not last long in the NFL. He only played about 2, 3 seasons, and that's all he accomplished. So yeah, that is why he is my bust from 2015.
My bus from 2015. I did consider Kevin White, but also I'm going with a different receiver. Um, Rashad Perryman. He was drafted 26 by the Ravens. Um, he was expected to be a dynamic deep threat, but basically he was derailed by injuries, which will, I mean, I'm pretty sure majority of the people who are going to be on our list. I mean, injuries kind of pretty much made their career bust. He played for multiple teams, and yeah, he just never reached his full potential. So yeah, that's why I had to pick for my draft was in 2015.
I did see him on the list. I did see him there, and I thought about him too. But I was like, all right, he was picked lower than Kevin White, and that's why I picked Kevin White because of how high he was picked, and he just didn't live up to it. So, but I've at least heard of Perryman. I've at least heard of him. I don't remember ever hearing of Kevin White.
Yeah, now that you think about it, I don't think I remember ever hearing him either.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, he didn't even amass 400 yards in his total career. So,
Yeah, that's crazy.
and I'm sure probably 100 of it probably came against the Steelers somehow. I don't know. We always let the worst wide receiver do something good against us. Uh, in 2016, I picked. He was the 26th pick. Denver quarterback Paxton Lynch.
Mm.
He played 5 games in his total career. He only had 79 completions, 792 yards, and 4 touchdowns in his entire career, and 4 interceptions. So Jameis Winston, he's Mr. 30 for 30. Paxton Lynch is Mr. 4 for 4. That's okay. Um, uh, Given the other QBs that was drafted ahead of him, he just didn't live up to what everyone else in the draft was, so that's why I put him on the list.
um, yeah, I mean that's a good pick because yeah, he. I mean, and this is one of the main reasons why you hate rookie quarterbacks
Yep.
because they get so hyped up by NFL analysts and the media that it kind of forces teams to throw them to basically to the wolves, and they don't get the chance to develop. For me, I'm going with another wide receiver and I think majority of it's because of the team he was drafted by. Corey Coleman. He was a 15 overall pick by the Cleveland Browns. I think that should say it all.
Yeah, that's really not his fault.
But then again, another one that was, struggled with injuries and was played with inconsistency, where he was constantly dropping passes. So yeah,
Yeah, the other two QBs in that were drafted ahead of Paxton Lynch, which isn't really fair, was Jared Goff and Carson Wentz. And look what they've done in their career, and then Paxton Lynch was drafted. So that's that's why I picked him. Just it's not fair to uh, compare them, but I did, and that's how I got to my pick of Paxton Lynch.
okay. I mean, I could understand your pick of Paxton Wentz because for the simple fact is Jared Goff did make a Super Bowl appearance. Um,
He
regardless
still played at a
of
high level, and he still played at a
exact,
very high level.
yeah, and Carson Wentz was at one point in the MVP conversation for until he got hurt. So those two, we can't really call them a bust. I mean, Carson Wentz. Now that we look at it, yeah, we can, but we're basically going off of the performance of that year
Hmm.
with a couple of years, added after. So, but yeah, I mean, your pick is perfectly fine. I mean, it's there's nothing to be there's nothing you can say that can match him to Golf, and look what Golf is doing now.
Yeah. And again, people, it's an opinion. It's my opinion. It's okay. If you don't think he's a bust or the big bust of the year, it's fine. It's my opinion. All right,
Exactly.
2017, I picked the 31st pick, so I went all the way down. San Francisco linebacker Reuben Foster. He was really hyped up coming out of Alabama, and he played in his total career 16 games, only had 84 tackles. For a
Ooh.
linebacker, I don't think that's that crazy or impressive, especially coming out of Alabama. We know Alabama how they are with their players and how well they play in the NFL. So for me, for him to be picked in the first round, to only play 16 games in his total career, and only have 84 tackles is pretty underwhelming.
Yeah. My pick is going to be Mitchell Trubisky, second round pick for the Bears, and I mean the Bears right now, this present day Bears is basically a step above the Cleveland Brown.
Hmm.
Where I mean, that's like almost going to quarterback hell if you're a quarterback, especially a rookie quarterback. I mean, look what happened with Justin Fields.
Mitch Trubisky,
Exactly. Look how they. I mean, they both was misused, and
miscoached. The entire thing was fucked. That there was no
it,
way for them to succeed.
exactly, it basically was a shit show. So yeah, that's who my pick was for 2017.
Yeah, like I get it, and like I saw him, I was like, "Eesh, I really want to pick him," but then I remember who did pick him, and I was like, I can't really put that on him. I mean, yeah, he's made other stops throughout his career with the Bills and the Steelers most recently.
Yeah, but he basically just became a backup quarterback.
Yeah, and to be drafted second, that's really high up there.
Yeah, exactly. So you basically drafted a guy that's
Oh, Deshaun Watson was drafted 12th in that one.
Don't get me started.
He's
Don't
not
get me
getting paid too
started.
much, is he? Oh yeah, and you have Pat Mahomes drafted in this draft too. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure the Bears are kicking their ass because they could have had Mahomes.
Mm-hmm. No, but they would have fucked around with him too. I don't even know if
This is true.
2018. I went pick 10 from the Arizona Cardinals, quarterback Josh Rosen. He is known as one of the most recent biggest busts in the NFL history. He played 24 games, 277 completions, 2,864 yards, 12 touchdowns, and listen to this, 26 interceptions. 26 interceptions. That's really bad.
That's very bad.
Yeah, to be the what I say was the 7th pick or the 10th pick. Yeah, that is a very, very bad career. I mean, I could have picked Sam Darnold. Baker was drafted ahead of him, but I just think Josh Rosen had to have been my pick.
Well, we're 1 for 1 because that's who I picked as well.
Ooh, finally, we got one.
That's who I picked as well because I mean, yeah, I mean, I'm not even going to repeat everything that you just said because everything you said is 100% accurate. But yeah, I mean, oh man, that yeah,
Like, look at in this draft. Hold on. Baker was picked ahead of him. Sam Darnold, who's having a better career. If it was 2 years ago, I'd be probably picking. It'd be between Sam Darnold and him. And then you got Josh Allen, who was picked at 7. Look how Josh Allen's doing.
exactly.
So, and oh, Lamar was picked 32. Lamar was picked 32 in this draft, and they picked Josh Rosen at 10.
Uh huh.
So yeah, that's pretty easy of why Josh Rosen was our draft bust of that year. 2019, that's crazy. 2019, Tony, if you want to feel old, that was 6 years ago now.
You know who I'm picking.
2019, I picked the 15th pick in the NFL draft by the Washington Commanders, Dwayne Haskins.
uh, I really can't go with that one considering his career was cut short.
Yeah, that's not fair, but I just have to go with what we saw on the field and how he acted sometimes.
That I can understand.
So
Um,
he played 16 games, 267 completions, 2,804 yards, 12 touchdowns, 14 interceptions. I knew this would be kind of a tough one to say. Uh, Again, I know who you're gonna pick. Um,
is it that obvious?
you were you had the evil laugh, so yeah, it's pretty obvious. But yeah, I went with Haskins. Uh, I'll be honest, I forgot he's not alive. Is that a bad thing? Yes, but that's not my fault. You can go ahead, Tony. I'm gonna stop talking now.
I get completely where you're coming from. The fact that his career wasn't that impressive when he got there, but we also got to consider the team who drafted him.
Yeah, I know. But again, you just picked Corey Coleman, who was on the Browns.
Yeah, I mean, there are reasons why they was at the top of the draft board because they're shitty ass teams.
Mm-hmm.
Just like my next pick, who I'm about to pick for that year.
Oh, who is it?
It's a quarterback. He was taken sixth overall.
Kyler Murray, is it?
No, it wasn't Kyler Murray. He was compared to almost a more athletic version of Eli Manning, and that turned into a joke and a half.
Hmm.
I mean,
Who? Who?
he's the only
Who?
player I know that who you know tackles his own self in wide open fields.
I don't
That
know.
would be Daniel Jones.
I forgot about him.
Yeah, I mean that draft year when they announced his name, I immediately shook my head and said why, and everybody thought I was crazy. They was like, well, he's a more athletic carbon copy of Eli Manning. No, he is not. At least Eli Manning could get the ball down the field.
He didn't
And
trip on grass.
exactly. So I mean, just because he worked out with Eli Manning doesn't mean he's going to be a carbon copy. On yeah, he more athletic. Yes, he was more athletic than Eli Manning. But Eli Manning also was more of a talented quarterback. Even though I mean, I didn't agree with the way he got his way to New York. But yeah, I mean, Daniel Jones was just a. I mean, he was just a joke, and everybody was like, "Yeah, he's going to be a good." No, how'd that work out for everybody that said I was crazy?
Was the icing on the cake for you when they put all the money into him and then Saquon left and has now won a Super Bowl with the Eagles?
Um, that was more than the icing on the cake. That was more of a what the fuck were you thinking? That's what that was.
They gave the money to Daniel Jones and not Saquon.
That was a GM that was literally thinking that let's put our money in a subpar quarterback instead of your all pro running back. Somebody make that make sense to me.
I don't think we will ever make it make sense to you or to anybody because, again, look what Saquon's done already, and Daniel Jones is now fighting for a starting spot on the Colts.
And that's a laugh and a half.
Sorry, Jason, but yeah, that's a laugh and a half. That is. All right, 2020 NFL Draft. Wow, 2020. What a year. COVID, uh, all the other shit that happened. Um, I was gonna touch another sensitive topic with the 12th pick of Henry Ruggs, but I was like, I shouldn't do that one. Um, so I went
Mm.
with the 20 or I went with the 19th pick in the draft, Damon Arnett. He was a cornerback from the who got drafted by the Raiders. He played 13 games and made 23 tackles. That was his entire career.
Well, I mean, shit. That name don't even sound familiar.
He he last played in the league in 2021, so he lasted a whole year in the league. So yeah, to be picked in the first round, 19th, and only last 1 year in the league, that is the bust. And looking at everybody else in this draft, everyone else looks pretty damn good like they've lived up to where they got picked. Unless you have somebody else.
I actually had two at the time for that year. Um, One was drafted by the Chiefs, and he was a running back, Clyde Edwards. I'm going to butcher his name. Hilaire.
Hilaire.
Yeah. And then I was also torn between Chase Young.
Ooh, that would ruffle some feathers. Chase Young.
But I'm going with Hilaire because, I don't think he lasted a full season.
Oh no, he was with the team for a while. He last played last year. He's still in the league.
Well, that shows how much exposure he gets because nobody ever hears of him.
Yeah, no, I made a mistake of drafting him, I think, 2 years in a row, and it bit me in the ass twice. And I was like, oh, he'll have a better season. He's on the Chiefs. And no.
So, yeah, he was supposed to have been what Isaiah Pacheco is now, a shifty, powerful talent running back. He basically just turned into, how can I put this nicely and still keep us on the air? Um, I can't. I'm not even going to try.
Yeah, about to say we just got a sponsorship. Let's not don't
Yeah.
don't say nothing too crazy. Let's take it easy, take it easy.
Yeah, we're just going to leave it at that.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's why I didn't go with Henry Ruggs. He apologized. Doesn't fix what he did, but he apologized. So I'm just gonna move on from that.
Yeah.
All right, 2021. Guess what?
Whew.
I got another quarterback.
I think we both do.
I go with third pick in the NFL draft by the San Francisco 49ers. It's Trey Lance.
Okay.
He played 12 games. Yes, he did get injured. I understand that he did get injured. 81 completions, 5 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, 1,063 yards. Uh, to be the third pick and to only do that in your career right now, and I think he's on the Cowboys being a backup, that to me
Third
was not
string
worth the
backup.
third pick. Yeah, that was not worth the third pick in the draft. So yeah, that is my pick for the 2021 draft bust of the year.
That's a very good pick. I consider him as well.
Oh, I know where you're going.
I'm going with Zach Wilson,
There you go.
the second pick overall by the Jets, who basically was just he was
Trash.
almost he was like a low budget Johnny Manziel when it came to like attitude wise.
hmm
He did. At one point he did show some promise, but I think that was only for like 2 games, and then he came back down to earth.
Yeah, the funniest thing for me when Aaron Rodgers got there and he tore his Achilles in the first game, and when Zach Wilson said in the post game, he was like, "Barkley was even ready to play."
Who the fuck says that?
Like, I couldn't believe he said that shit. I was like, "What? You're a QB in the NFL. You weren't ready to play just because you have Aaron Rodgers on the team?"
Yeah, that makes completely no sense.
Like that just shows the professionalism. You could have gone with Mac Jones too, because we always shit on him and Zach Wilson every Sunday the past few seasons when they were starters. That was our thing, was how bad the Jets and the Patriots were.
I mean, I gave some consideration to Matt Jones. I took it easy on Justin Fields just because of his situation.
Hmm.
I mean, he
And he has a
basically
lot of
was screwed
talent.
over.
He has so much talent that like is like obvious, but he's just not being used right. And I'll say it, that the Steelers did not use him right. We should have never started Russell Wilson. We should have just kept it with Justin Fields. He gave us
I
more of an
second that.
opportunity to win. He gave us more of an opportunity to win. He was more dynamic, but we put in the veteran, and look what happened. So, all right, 2022. We're getting more recent. We're going. I went with the 18th pick from the Tennessee Titans, wide receiver Traylon Burks. Uh, it's not fair to him, but this was right after they traded away AJ Brown to the Eagles, and this is kind of what they wanted him to be, the number one, and he really hasn't lived up to that. And again, it's not really no fault to his own. I mean, he's on the Titans. He's played 27 games. He has 50 receptions, 700 yards, and one touchdown in about 3 seasons. So it's not really anything too crazy. It's nothing, again, really against him. But yeah, just compared to everybody else in this draft, I went with Traylon Burks.
Yeah, I really couldn't find really anybody that was that bad of a bust in that draft, except Traylon Burks. So
Like
I
everyone else
mean,
has done well.
yeah, exactly. I mean, probably the next closest I probably could have picked would have been Jags tight end, defensive end, not Jags tight end, the Jags defensive end, Trayvon Walker. That would have been my next only pick of a bust because everybody else basically in that draft class in the first round. I mean, they're all basically they was you know they had a good decent career so far.
Mhm. Yeah, and Walker, I'm looking at stats here. He's played in 49 games and he has 82 solo tackles, an interception, and 24 sacks. That's not too bad, but again, you see who was drafted right after him, Aiden Hutchinson, and the impact he's making on the Lions.
Exactly.
So, yeah, Burks just and no fault to his own, just compared to everybody else that was drafted in the first round, kind of had to be him.
Which yeah, I mean, he basically just got that by default.
Hmm.
Because like I said, I couldn't think of anybody else.
Yeah, and that's what made it tough in these more recent years, because everybody else has actually kind of lived up to everything, except this person in 2023. I think
Oh,
um he was pick number 4 by the Indianapolis Colts. Anthony Richardson.
how did I know?
Uh,
How did I know?
he has been a joke. He's played 15 games. He's tapped out of one, so I don't know if you want to count that full game. He has 176 completions for 2,391 yards, 11 touchdowns, 13 interceptions. He's rushed the ball 111 times. He's gotten injured about 5 on those rushes. Uh, 635 yards and 10 touchdowns. I
Yeah,
don't know, just he's supposed to be so much better than that. Again, given who was drafted ahead of him, of I believe it was, yeah, Bryce Young, C.J. Stroud, and then him. That hasn't really done well for him. Because Bryce Young looked better last year, and C.J. Stroud, we saw what he did in the first year. Again, I know you're gonna always hold that over me. You don't gotta keep doing it all the time. But you kept saying it. Look what the watch out for the Texans, watch out for the Texans. And I laughed at you. I was wrong. But yeah, just get and again also giving everybody else in this draft who's actually done well and they've never tapped out of a game. I have to go with Andrew Richardson, who's tapped out of a game.
I can't argue with that. My pick is going to be Emmanuel Forbes. He was drafted 16 overall by the Washington Commanders, and as of right now, he was waived last season. So he literally lasted 2 seasons. Well, actually, no, I'm wrong. A season and a half. How do you last a season and a half?
Wow, I think one I picked only lasted the season as well. But I mean, hey, they at least made it to the NFL, right?
This is true.
But compared to everybody else, that's not that great.
No.
All right. In 2024, I went with another QB. I looked at the list and I was like, I have to kind of give it to one person. He's on the Bears. He did not have a good season last year. I went with Caleb Williams. Now, yes, he could turn it around this year with Ben Johnson and revamped offense. But given what I saw last year and the weapons he had, he did not succeed. But again, he was in a bad situation with coaching, front office. But he had the stuff on the field to get it done, and he didn't get it done. But again, the other part of that is coaching. But if I had to pick one for 2024, it had to be Caleb Williams.
Um, I was being nice and I actually gave him a pass just because of his situation. Um, so I actually went with, and I know I'm gonna butcher this name like there's no fucking tomorrow.
Oh boy.
Liatu Latu, the defensive end for the Colts.
Let me see if I can see his name on here. Yeah, Liatu Latu. That's how his name's getting said. Fuck him.
Yeah, I mean, again, we're basing this off of his performance because he's only been in the league. This is now going to be his second year. He could possibly have a bounce back year, but compared to all the hype that he received coming into last year's draft, yeah, he didn't look too good.
Yeah.
There was times he looked overwhelmed in situations. And when you're a first round pick, especially a high first round pick, you really can't be looking too overwhelmed in big situations.
Mm. Again, maybe he'll have a bounce back year. You know, he's used to the league now, and he'll be all good now.
You know, I mean, I already said it. You know, he could have a bounce back year, but we're just going off of last season performance, and I'll probably catch hell from Jason later on for that. But yeah, I'm. That's. I mean, it was either him or Broderick Martin, but Martin was basically because of injury. He
Mm.
was really only limited to 5 games due to injuries. So yeah, I can't really, pretty much add him to it. But yeah, Latu was just, I mean, like I said, you can't in key situations look overwhelmed. There was times he looked like he was completely lost.
I just had to go with Caleb Williams because just the hype that was built around him. Again, I understand the situation, but if he was that talented, I would hope that he would be better in certain situations. He just wasn't. But again, we could see what he'll do in a new offense, a new situation now. So we will see.
Yeah, we will. I'm actually gonna make a prediction for this year's who gonna be a bust. Just because I just want to have some fun.
All right, then I got to look at this draft then, because
um, I have a fit. I mean, it's just my gut feeling, and I could be wrong. And I'm hoping I am wrong. But I mean, well, I don't know. It is kind of hard.
because we haven't
But
seen him play at all yet, so I don't know. I don't.
which is true. But I'm just for me, what's bringing me to this conclusion is I don't feel like this player is going to fit the defensive scheme for this particular team, the Denver Broncos, and that's Jade Barron. He was drafted 20th overall, and he's a cornerback. I I don't see him matching very well being on the other side of Patrick Surtain. I know he's supposed to be very versatile, but I just have that feeling that he's not going to fit that defensive scheme the way Surtain fits it. And I'm hoping I'm wrong, but that's just my gut feeling.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really have one because again, I don't really watch college football like that. Um, I didn't really pay attention to the draft too much. Um, I don't know, Tyler Warren, who was on Penn State, who got drafted to the Colts, maybe. I never really think of drafting a tight end too high. That's my
Yeah,
opinion.
I kind of got to agree with you on that too. Unless they're very special,
Yeah, like a Brock Bowers almost, but
yeah.
I don't
Because I
know.
got to agree
I
with that. I mean, you can find a very good tight end in the second round.
later in the rounds, yeah, like
It's just like I'm not high on running backs being drafted in the first round.
unless they're like Ashton Gentry, who was picked six.
Exactly. So yeah, I mean, I can see how you feel about that one. Because I'm like I said, I'm kind of agreeing with you on that as well.
Yeah. So I
Uh
mean,
oh.
I guess we'll see. That could be just a random wrong one. Uh-oh. I don't like when you say uh-oh.
So I just got an alert from Fox Sports.
Oh boy.
I'm surprised it hasn't hit the bottom of our ticker because our ticker is through Fox Sports and it is actually a live ticker. This is coming out of Miami Dolphins camp
I think I saw what you're about to say, but you could.
about Tyreek Hill.
Mm-hmm.
So it
You
says
could say it.
Tua on Tyreek Hill. Hill must earn respect. Tyreek Hill's work to regain the trust of the Miami Dolphin teammates, including quarterback Tua Tungalova, remains ongoing. If your quarterback and your top receiver is having issues, we've seen how well that worked out in Pittsburgh between Ben Roethlisberger and Antonio Brown.
Don't you even get me started. I know it didn't work out. Fucking A. AB left, Le'Veon left because he wanted more money. Those selfish bastards. What could have been? But no, they always just wanted more money. That's all they cared about was the money. And look what happened. Now fucking Antonio Brown looks like an idiot on Twitter every goddamn day.
So yeah, I mean,
That's not looking good though. That's
no,
really not
that's
looking
not
good.
looking good at all.
Just more drama. More drama in the NFL, like there always is.
Oh, don't look at the bottom. Don't look at the ticker.
Yeah, it takes Dallas Cowboys. Oh,
Yeah, that's going to cause some problems.
that's okay, George Pickens. I saw your fumble in the training camp video, so that's fine. You can stay on the Cowboys.
So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of drama starting early already for the NFL with certain
Mm-hmm.
teams.
Well,
But
there
yeah,
always is.
the two and Hill situation does not look good at all.
Dummy. Yeah.
Yeah, Pickens, you're a dummy. There you go. You made the dummy list because you didn't need to say anything. But you know what? You don't like just shut up and just play. I don't know. I don't know why it's so difficult for players to just do that.
I mean, the Tua situation, I can understand where he's coming from because he is the quarterback,
Like that's
and
fine. Yeah, that's fine. But like Pickens, just shut up. Like you're on a
yeah,
different team. Just shut up.
yeah, that was uncalled for by Pickens. There was no need for that one.
I mean, I'm sure it wouldn't surprise me if the reporter or whoever asked him kind of asked him about Pittsburgh, and that's what led him into saying that. But at some point, you just got to go. I'm on a different team. It doesn't matter.
Exactly. Why would you go and give your former team bullet board material?
Hmm.
That's basically all
No
he
need.
just did. And I don't even know. Do they play them this year?
Hold on. Let me get my research.
Hey, you went dark.
I mean, anytime I go into like a new tab, it goes dark.
Uh,
So let me do my research. Give me a second.
well, while you doing that, we're just going to remind everybody again. Um, W Energy Drink is our sponsor. The link is down. Oh, excuse me. The link is down below in the comments. And to get our 10% discount, use the code DROPZone. Use that at checkout, and you'll get your 10% discount. And just a reminder, it's like a G Fuel. Is basically for those who like to go to the gym and stuff like that. I was actually looking at some of their products, and it sounds like they got some very good flavors. So again, that promo code is DROPZone, and I'll get you 10% off.
No, they don't play them. By the way, they don't play them
Lucky
this year.
asses.
Hmm.
It's probably why he said it because he knew they wasn't playing them.
Yeah, probably. That's okay. We'll make it farther in the playoffs. It's fine. But yeah, they have a bunch of different things. They have uh, a shaker cup to mix everything in. They got a bunch of different things here. So if you guys need some, they got a s'mores workout thing. You can mix that with milk. Uh, Japanese yuzu. You got Tiger's Blood, which is strawberry, watermelon, and coconut. Have a bunch of different things. Go over to the website, check it out, and like Tony said, once again, use promo code DROPZONE to get 10% off your order.
Ugh,
That's all
yep.
I got.
So, yeah, I don't have much of anything else. Not today, anyway.
Yeah, a very shorter episode, but that's fine. Again, we got a sponsorship, so all
Although,
a good
although,
week.
should I tell them the funny phone call that I received this morning after I got done talking to you?
I mean, if you want, like, you don't have to, but like it's like if you want.
So I had called Jeff this morning to talk to him about the sponsorship and what was going on with that. And apparently, I had a missed call, and it was from the Tampa Bay area in Florida. They left a voicemail. The voicemail was from a member of the Tampa Bay Rays. They thought I was one of their players and asked me how the season was going. I couldn't believe it. I literally had to listen to the voicemail like twice because I was kind of shocked. Why, thank
Thank you,
you.
Mary.
So, but yeah, again, check out Newbie Energy. And yeah, I think some of you people who are into, especially you gym rats, I think you might enjoy some of that stuff.
Hmm.
And just remember, use the discount code Drop Zone, and you'll get 10% off.
And who doesn't love saving money?
I know I do.
Me too.
So I guess that's going to round off today's show.
Hmm.
Unless you got anything else you want to talk about real quick.
No, I don't. It's been a pretty quiet news week in the NFL. I'm sure now with training camp starting, it'll ramp up with everything, and then we'll have more to talk about. And again, we will think of something else as every week goes by. Our prediction week gets closer and closer, which is me and Tony love doing those. So, but we will keep thinking of new ideas of what to talk about for our main topic of the show. So yeah, we'll just keep having more and more new things every week.
Yeah, that's going to be. I mean, yeah, I can't wait to. Excuse me. I can't wait to get our predictions in.
I love doing them. Every year I love doing them.
Well, if that's all we have for today, we'll see everybody next week. Have a great night, everybody.
Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and share.
And also make sure you check out JSW Sports as well.
Yes, our guy Jason.